Gravity is the element that keeps us planted on this rock we call the Earth. The concept of gravity has been a big emphasis on puzzles for many video games over the years. The first that comes to mind may be Super Mario Galaxy, though I also think of Lifeless Planet and a few others. The game we're covering today is centered around that concept, combining it with a sort of shoot-'em-up style. Here is my review of Flowing Lights for the Nintendo Switch. The story here is very minimal. Your ship crashes on a planet with abnormally powerful gravity. To find a way to escape, you navigate the surface and fight off alien life forms, having to cope with the effects of the planet's gravity along the way. And as you'd expect with many puzzle games, this is more or less just a cutscene to tell you why you're doing what you're doing. When it comes to gameplay, Flowing Lights is well, I'm not really sure what to call it. It plays like a vertical shooter, but in a 3D plane with heavy gravity elements. So let's go with 3D puzzle shooter. The main gameplay loop has you going through levels that are divided into zones. Each level has about 25 challenges or puzzles for you to pass. Once you pass each one, the next area opens up and you keep going until all 25 are completed, unlocking the next level. It's kind of like a series of puzzle stages with all puzzles within the same map, letting you flow right into the next without cycling through a menu. Each of these challenges has you using gravity from the environments to solve each puzzle, both with navigation and your two main weapons. The concept is very simple, all the way down to how easy it is to navigate around enemy projectiles and boost your way up inclines. However, physics affects everything here. Areas with walls, slants, and downhills can be used by your weapons as well as your ship. Depending on the angle of your shots, the lasers you shoot will travel and curve around the environments. This lets you hit enemies that try to overwhelm you with attacks by using just the right angle at a distance to hit them and avoid incoming projectiles. As you may expect, this concept starts off very easy, but after getting through the first couple of levels, it gets difficult quickly. The amount of projectiles you have to dodge in many of the later puzzles is borderline bullet hell. With very little health in each challenge, you quickly have to master dodging and timing to get through even the early challenges in later levels. The way the game is made, however, makes each failure not really feel that bad. Every challenge can be done in around 10 to 20 seconds, and it autosaves each time one is cleared. So even if you do fail, it only puts you back less than a minute. You've also got flexible difficulty options, with easy mode slowing the game down and hard mode making it easier for you to die for those that want a less or larger challenge. The main unfortunate part about the game is that your time here will be limited. Flowing Lights is only $10 on the eShop, but you likely won't be spending more than a few hours within it. With the low length of each challenge, the entire game can be beaten in a little over an hour, that extra time really just accounting for you failing and retrying each stage. You could squeeze some replayability if you redo all challenges for better scores, but with no post-game to speak of, beating the final challenge is pretty much the end. Now we get to presentation, my favorite part. Flowing Lights has a very colorful aesthetic to it, with everything having an aquatic look from your ships to the enemies. Add in lighting effects for lasers flying around, and it has a very neat look to it. It was the way it looked that made me want to play the game in the first place, and I really enjoyed the visual spectacle the game provided me with. I do wish it had more variety in environments, as most of the different areas were just different colors than the earlier ones, but that's not really a huge issue. With performance, I have no complaints. Load times are short, and I never ran into any frame drops or freezing. With that in mind, let's go right into battery life. On the original model, Flowing Lights has a battery range of 2 hours and 39 minutes up to 3 hours and 41 minutes. On the Nintendo Switch Lite, it has a range of 2 hours and 45 minutes up to 3 hours and 52 minutes. And on the Redboxer V2 2019 model, it has a range of 4 hours and 5 minutes up to 6 hours and 12 minutes. In conclusion, Flowing Lights is a very colorful little puzzler that uses gravity in interesting yet frustrating ways. Now on the downside, you won't be spending more than 2 or 3 hours here before you're done. But what time you do spend is filled with a colorful spectacle and challenging puzzles, short enough to make the learning grind of each one not as frustrating as it could be. Reviews to Go rates Flowing Lights for the Nintendo Switch an 8.5 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.